Hey y'all, I'm back. I put this lower so that you could see. Cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. For my boss's birthday, I am doing a Irish potato, I don't remember what it's called, but I'm gonna post a recipe, but it's like an Irish potato tart kind of thing. So here's what I've done. I am chopping a tablespoon of fresh dill. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, good. This is going to be used in the recipe. I actually just found the recipe on Pinterest because with the corned beef and cabbage and the pintos, I thought, well, we're going to do an Irish thing. So, and my boss ain't Irish, I don't think, but she'll love it. She's pretty easy to cook for because she likes a variety of food. She's an adventurous eater, that's what I'll say. And she claims that. She self-proclaims that, just so you know, it's not an insult. Anyway, and along with my boss, two of her really good friends are coming to dinner, Martez and Daryl. Love them, and they are also pretty adventurous eaters. Daryl is. Martez, he's a little on the picky side. Just saying. Love you, Martez, but you know, I have to watch my cleanliness with him because he's a little freaked out by germs and stuff. So I have washed my hands thoroughly with antibacterial soap. I have washed these potatoes. I washed the dill. I washed the onion. So I didn't wash the bacon, Martez, because you don't wash bacon, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm cutting up 5 red potatoes that have been thoroughly washed. And I like to leave the skins on. That's your preference. It's kind of a take on a scallop potato kind of thing, okay? So I'm going to chop up 5 potatoes. I think I need to start having my knife sharpened a little bit. They're getting a little bit on the dull side. Let me move this. Well, it looks all pretty and everything, but hang on, let me get a bowl. What I've done meanwhile, one time at band camp, is I have browned, melted 4 tablespoons of butter in a pan on the stove, and I have added 7 slices of thick cut bacon, and I sliced those up, and I browned them in the butter. And I have cut up a yellow onion, thinly sliced, and put that in there. And now, okay, I was going to try to get my mojo going here with my chopping. There we go. I'm going to cut up 5 of these potatoes. I have put a tart or pie crust in the bottom of this pan, or in the bottom of this dish, I should call it a dish. And that is like a, you know, pottery thing. I actually got it as a wedding gift 26 years ago. That's beside the point. So I'm going to cut these potatoes up. I'm going to add these to the mixture on the stove. And I'll post this recipe just because I literally pulled it right off of Pinterest. Let me pay attention because I'm not going to be any good at my dinner party if I cut my fingers off. And there'll be blood in it. That'll just mess Martez right on up, push him right over the edge. One more. I'm not using the end pieces just because I don't think they look as pretty. So I'm going to toss these in the butter bacon mixture just to coat it. I'm not tossing them to cook them, just to coat it. I'll show you that in a minute. Bear with me. And I'll pull this over here. So I'm just going to coat these. And then I'm going to make my tart pastry a little bit prettier than that. Because listen, when you're having Daryl Martez and Dr. Edwards, Dr. Tracy Edwards, they're kind of, you know, they're observant and artsy a little bit, and they have an eye for things that look pretty. Just saying. So you want your food to look pretty when they come to your dinner party. I'm going to set that aside for just this second because I don't have any more room with this big old crock pot on here. I've actually never made this before, so why not do it on live Facebook? right? While I'm doing that, I came on home from church to get started. Yes, I actually went to church today. It was a great sermon, by the way, from our pastor, Andrew Brown, and his lovely wife, Jamie. I just really love them. That looks pretty good. Make sure that's flat. Okay, now, make sure that comes up and that it's pretty even. As even as possible, okay? Now, so I'm going to pour in the potato, butter, onion, and bacon mixture into this tart thing for the Irish potato. I'm going to spread it out, and I'm going to add that 1 tablespoon of dill. Let me make sure the bacon's distributed evenly. Yeah, that looks pretty impressive. I'm going to put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Doesn't that look so professional? Like, you know, on those cooking shows where those cooks are like, they don't have, they just reach into their salt and pepper bowls. Just always love that. And then I'm going to put the fresh dill over the top. Now this is one thing that I'm adding to this that was not in the recipe, is I'm going to add cheese to mine. Just because I don't have any other thing on tonight's menu that has any cheese in it, and I love cheese. Just think it makes everything better. Let me wash my hands off. Now, on top of this, the recipe says to drizzle with heavy whipping cream, which I'm going to. My heavy whipping cream's in this thing because the stupid carton was busted when I got it home Friday. That looks about right. And then I'm going to put Colby and Monterey Jack cheese, just a sprinkle over the top. And then on top of that, just for good measure and to make it real pretty, I'm going to garnish with fresh chives that I cut out of my pot outside and washed them, just so you know. And what's better on potatoes than just a little garnish of fresh chives. And then this is going to go into a 350-degree oven for 35 to 40 minutes until golden, bubbly, whatever. And I'll try to remember to show you a picture of the finished product. So that's what's on my menu tonight, along with pintos, deviled eggs, corned beef and cabbage, and Irish potatoes. There you have it. Irish potatoes. Irish potato tart. Enjoy. Have a great day. I'll show you a picture of the finished product, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real.